Hi there, welcome to Kapow Wow Learning. Today we're going to look at probability. So you can pause this as long as we go through. So take your time and you'll be fine. So we've got different possibilities or chances of some things, events happening. So we've got impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain. Now, certain is something definitely will happen. Impossible is something cannot and won't happen. So let's try and see if we can work through these. What are the chances you will see a real life dragon in your house? Have a pause, have a think. Impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain. You should have said impossible. You're never going to see a real life dragon in your house, I hope. Right, the next one is what are the chances you will see a real unicorn, a real life unicorn? Okay, is it impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain? Have a pause, have a think. Now, you should have said impossible because they don't exist. Okay, so there you go. So you will definitely not see a real unicorn. It's impossible. The next one. Now we've got a dice, so we have to be careful now. If I roll a dice, I will get an odd number. So think of all those numbers between 1 and 8. Okay, is it impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain? Have a pause, have a think. You should have said even. Yes, because half the numbers are odd and half the numbers are even. What about this one? If I roll a dice and I will get an if I roll a dice, I will get an even number. What will that be? Impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain? Have a pause, have a think. You should have said even, yes, because half the numbers are odd and half the numbers are even. Right, here we have the dice again. If I roll a dice, I will get the number 1 or 5. Now, is that impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or definitely certain? It will definitely happen. What do you think? Have a pause, have a think. And this is unlikely, okay? Because there's only 2 and we have 8 numbers, okay? Now, if it was 4 numbers out of the 8, we would say even, but it's less than 4, so it's unlikely. Let's have a look at another one. If I roll a dice, I'll get the number 9. Is that impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain? Have a pause, have a thought, think about that. Okay, and you should have said impossible because 9 is not on a dice. Okay, so you cannot get a 9. It's impossible. Again, if you cannot do it, it's impossible. Right, we've got a dice problem again. If I roll a dice, I'll get a number between 1 and 8. So what do you think that is? Impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain? Have a pause, have a thought. If I roll a dice, I'll get a number between 1 and 8. Is that impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain? Okay, and you should have said certain. You will definitely get a number between 1 and 8 on the dice. Okay, so that was definitely a certain chance. Here we have a lovely, beautiful picture. What are the chances you will sleep tonight? Is it impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain? Remember, impossible, you definitely cannot do it or it cannot happen. Certain is you definitely can. Have a pause, have a thought. You should have said certain. You will definitely sleep tonight. Here's another beautiful picture. What are the chances you will talk today? Impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain? So, what are the chances you will talk today? Impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain? Okay. Right, have a pause, have a thought, and you should have said certain. You will definitely speak today. Okay. And Mr. Chris always does. Right. So that is probability. And hopefully now you understand with real life situations what are the chances of something being impossible, unlikely, even, likely, or certain. Okay. So that is probability. I hope you are certain about understanding probability. Thank you for watching. Kapow Wow Learning!